Hello, everyone. This is Waldorf.
This is Statler.
And now we're at Battle Report 270.
270.
Every time I see that number, it's like, wow, it's a lot of games I've played this nonsense to still be as bad as I am. All right.
Well, this is the games that you've recorded. You've played probably twice as many.
Kingdom of Equitaine versus... You didn't have to mention that.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Equitaine versus the Warriors of the Dark Gods.
I just wanted everybody to be clear on your prowess.
Yes, thank you.
The WDG and their blurry icon. What's going on with that?
I don't know. I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
And this is
at the game store. Again.
In Warrenton, Virginia. It's a nice little store. Under new management. Moving on.
Oh, did somebody buy it out?
Yes, somebody bought it.
I knew it was for sale, but okay.
It was for sale, and somebody bought it and resurrected it. So,
oh, interesting. Okay.
Guy and husband and wife team, and I spoke to him a lot when I was there, playing this game. This game and the previous game, played them in the same day. He's very friendly, very open to doing stuff for us. The only downside is he's only got six. He only has six miniatures tables.
And it's in Warrenton.
It's not that bad for me. For me, if I want to, there's no chance I'm getting out there on a weeknight because it's death ride out 66 and 29.
Exactly.
So that'll never happen. But on a Saturday, it takes me roughly a half hour to get to Ashburn. It takes me 45 minutes to get here. So to the game store. So anyway, we'll see. I mean, like I said though, the problem is he only has 6 game tables. Miniatures tables. He has other tables that he said he could, push a couple together and we could run a couple more.
Right.
So we could probably run a game day out there for, I don't know, 16 people. But that's probably about the max they're going to be able to handle.
Okay.
But anyway, so here's my list. Same list I used before. Take a look at it if you'd like. Haven't changed anything yet. There will be changes coming.
There will be changes.
Nothing major, but anyway. So spells, took the same spells as the last game as well. Master of Earth, Summer Growth, Stone Skin, and Entwining Roots. And I do have the Rod of Battle for a 5th spell. So my opponent, Chosen Lord, who is the general. He's got a trophy rack. He's dark prelate. He's on a war dais with the envy. What is that called?
What, envy?
Envy. It's the not path, not. I don't know
one of the gods, whatever that phrase is.
I guess he's envy. Anyway, Talisman of Shielding and a Burning Portent. Yeah, great. There's a shocker. Portent Lord. A Sorcerer is Master of Alchemy. Again, shocker, I'm facing alchemy. Veil Walker, Veilgate Orb, Magical Heirloom, War Shrine, and Plate Mail. I will say, these people that I've been playing that are running alchemy are not choosing it where they're playing me. It's what they're bringing, and
right.
This guy didn't even know he was going to be playing me to this day. Anyway, I just complain about alchemy.
It's a good path.
Now that I'm playing, I didn't mind it so much when I was playing Orcs and Goblins. Anyway. A Doom Lord with Spike Shield, Great Weapon, Trophy Rack, Duskforged Shield, and Basalt Infusion. A unit of 17 Warriors with a Banner of Speed, 10 Warriors of Lust with Champion and Musician, 8 Warhounds, 6 Chosen of Wrath with Great Weapons. Those are the 6 of them. Those are the guys that are put out 3 attacks each, and they fight with full support from the 2nd rank. So that unit puts out 18, strength 6 attacks, and something special in the first round. Anyway, scary. 6 Forsworn, Musician, Champion, Spike Shields. 6 Warrior Knights with Lances, no command at all, and a Chimera. And he did not put wings on it. So it's a walking Chimera, but it walks really fast.
Yes, it does.
Is it 9 or 10? Anyway, one of the two. Quicksilver Lash, Glory of Gold, Word of Iron, Molten Copper, and Grave Calls. The only thing he didn't do that made me happy was that Corruption of 10, which I hate as well. When that starts early and you pick on one unit, now you've got a unit that's got a 3 up, 4 up. It's really annoying. We're going to play Counter Thrust and Capture the Flags. So we rolled off. This is the same day as I played the previous game. So if you notice, it's the same terrain.
Just on the other side.
Yes, I switched sides.
Yeah.
But anyway, so forest up on the top left, impassable, water feature, hill, wall here on the right, wall in the center, building. We forgot to put the other piece of the wall out there, and a field down here on the bottom left.
Okay.
This was a game where I placed this. I think I placed this red unit, this Grail Knight unit, and this unit over here, and then he dropped everything.
Okay.
So, based on where he was, I just kind of concentrated stuff. Actually, I think I placed the green unit, and the Grail Knights in this one. So, anyway, so based on where he was, I kind of pushed heavy off to the right, hoping he would get into a big traffic jam.
Right.
You know, the idea kind of meeting him out here and him running into a traffic jam trying to get around everything was my thought. So we go to turn one. Turn one, he unleashes the hounds and they come forward and form a wall in front of me, making sure I can't get this unit of Grail Knights through to these Chosen. Left this unit of Chosen hanging out here on the flank.
Yeah.
Which I didn't like that. I didn't think that was a good idea, but it's what it was. Other than that, comes forward with his big units. Doesn't come fast enough with these guys, I didn't think. Knowing they go first, even if I charge him. I think they're initiative 5 or agility 5, and I'm only 4 on the charge. So I thought they would come forward a little harder, but they did not.
I'm sorry, what do you arm him with?
These guys, they do have lances.
Okay.
And that could be why as well, because he needs the charge instead of having the other thing. The only unit he did leave kind of back was his
Chimera?
well, his Chimera was over here, and it was afraid of all my these questing knights over here, knowing that this is questing knight. This red one is the one with the banner of speed, so it's actually movement 11 if they charge this thing.
Right.
So he wants to make
sure. Is that a casualty
sure.
back there, or is that a character running around?
It's definitely not a character running around, and I don't know where a casualty would come from. So I think it was something he was in the middle of reforming a unit, maybe.
Okay.
Not sure, but yeah. Anyway, so there we go. There's a better picture of that. And the only unit held back is this one with his sorcerer in it.
Okay.
And alchemy, he gets off Quicksilver Lash or something. No, it wasn't Quicksilver. It must have been Molten Copper. Because I think... anyway. One way or another. One of the two, of course, kills 2 Grail Knights. Not fun. And it was actually... I don't know if he noticed it, but they actually had a decent... This is not that far. I think this is a 16 out here to the flank of this unit, just because of the direct angle to it.
Right.
And I'm in their flank, and I was like, oh, this is going to be good, because he was concerned about blocking this unit over here,
Right.
and wasn't paying a lot of attention to this one, which did have a flank. But now that there's one of them, it's not so important.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, if I can get 3 Grail Knights in your flank, we go at the same initiative, agility. So anyway, but it didn't happen. So the blue. So from the right hand side, I charged my character. Not my general, but my other lord here on the corner,
With aspirants?
and the aspirants charged in is with him.
Okay.
The Grail Knight came forward to. It's a single one left, so he came forward to be the chaff.
Why is he facing that way?
He's facing forward.
Yeah, I'm just curious why you're facing him that way.
What do you mean?
Not like at 90 degrees or something.
Oh, because I want him to hit me, and if he overruns, it is a 12 overrun to here, I think.
Okay.
So I did give him a 12. If he wanted to take the overrun, he comes forward here,
Right,
which
so
leaves stuff in his
So you
flank.
can count. So you can charge. Okay.
That's the whole thing. Is I wanted to. I was okay with him trying it and pulling forward. Now, if he would have done it and made the 12 overrun, I'd have been in big trouble. But except for these two are in his flank, so maybe it would have pulled it off anyway. But anyway, we'll see. So we did that. The archers came up. These 2 units kind of shuffled towards the right some to get away from this corner a bit.
Yeah.
What I'm really hoping is just to keep him at bay.
Right.
And then, at some point try to dash past him and get out.
And work the right flank in the meantime.
And that's why these guys are kind of moving forward a bit here to also try to be there that round. They need to move 10 and get in the way and cause a problem.
Right.
So we've got that. And there we go. And of course, this covers the dogs. I needed to get those dogs out of the way. During spell casting, got off the Oaken Throne in a spell, so I grew a Grail Knight back.
Okay.
That's kind of neat. And these guys, my brigands, these guys have like a 3-up armor.
Right.
These guys have like a 3-up. These guys are back here in the woods. The Chimera, I need a 6 to wound, and it's got a 4-up armor.
Yep.
So I'm like, these guys only have 1 less armor. Only a 1 fails, but a 1 does fail.
Right.
So
why not?
I took long shots at them and picked off a knight. It's like, woohoo! If I can do that one more time, I paid for myself.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like that. They only had, like I said, they needed to roll a 1. The other guys, a 1 or a 2 would have given me a wound. And the wound is so much more valuable there. So I figured I'd do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going for pot shots anyway.
Right.
So anyway, so we do that. So this is in the fight of the Chosen. So the Chosen, they pound on me. I have a bad roll for armor, but then pull out 4, 5, 6, 8 out of 9. I make 8 out of 9 ward saves.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was expecting the unit to disappear.
Right.
Based on that, it did not, and I managed to kill 2 of them. 2. Well, that's a lot. They have 2 wounds each.
Yeah.
And the questing knights the aspirants are only strength 5. So anyway, and he's got armor and spike shield and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I only lost 1, but smacked them, and they held, unfortunately.
They were steadfast.
So no, they shouldn't be stead. They're only 3 wide.
Yeah, but you're only 4 wide.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a rank. I don't have a rank.
Yeah. I'm sorry, they're 3 wide. Yeah.
Correct. If I lost a guy, then I would have a rank.
Yes.
It's a stupid thing. Anyway, so we've got that. Moving forward, we go to turn 2, and that's what it looks like going in. And he comes forward and charges my Grail Knights to get rid of them.
Okay.
Oh, I did blow off that killed all the dogs.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah.
And didn't chase them.
Did not chase him. So this time he came forward much harder. I'm not sure if they came forward their forward 14 or not. Looks like they probably did. These guys came forward, so now he's starting to push me hard over here on the left. Came forward in the center, of course, charged me. Chimera gets ready.
So you got decisions to make.
So I got decisions to make because he seems to be pushing me. There we go. Is this changing? All right, we're back after that. I think I've got it straightened out. We'll see. So anyway, so that's where he's got everything redeployed to. Recharge me in the center. This. Change the screen. There we go. Look at that. So next round of combat, he kills off 3 of my, over here on the right, kills off 3 more of my aspirants, and
You kill off one of his?
I killed one of his guys.
Okay.
Still not great, but at least I'm holding my own. And he hasn't been putting attacks on my character, so I'm staying over here on the side to keep him off him as much as I can.
Right.
Back to my turn. So this is the turn I can do it. So I launch a full assault into this unit of warriors coming forward, which has the Portent Lord in it,
Right.
including the Grail Knights charge, the 2 other both units of Grail Knights charge. He did not kill my Grail Knights on the turn he charged me.
Oh, and he didn't run away.
He didn't even do a wound to me on the turn he charged me.
Wow.
And I stuck.
And you're stuck even with the combat.
Correct.
Combat as well.
With the static combat, but
Okay.
because my general and BSB were nearby.
Yeah.
So the blue unit of Knights of the Realm goes in with a couple characters, general and BSB. Over here, the 3 Grail Knights go in, and 2 Grail Knights held there in the center.
Right.
Based on the way these guys came forward, I was able to make both. The only danger I was in over here was the. And remember, these guys the brigands were up here.
Right.
So what I thought I might have to do if one of these failed their march test was the brigands were going to have to come forward.
Right.
But their leadership 8, and the greens were the only ones that actually had to make a march test.
Okay.
But they made it and were able to dash past them.
And your BSBs where?
This is what the BSB unfortunately had to
up
charge forward.
Okay.
It's one of those times when I would love to be able to charge a unit and leave a character behind
Yeah.
instead of the character leaving the unit behind.
Yeah.
So I had to make. I didn't have a reroll with either unit, but the one that needed to make a march test did make it. So, like I said, I was able to do what I want and dash past him.
Right.
Now these 2 units are just kind of stuck there again.
That'd be kind of a neat rule. You could charge all your characters out, or you could charge a unit and leave your characters behind.
Charge the unit and leave the character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way, as long as they charge the same target.
Correct. I would love to have an item that lets a character see through impassable.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
As a magic item.
Yeah.
Anyway, not pass through it, just see through it. Anyway, so we smash into them full blast.
Okay.
I also brought this other unit up to help against the.
These are questing knights.
Yes, another unit of questing knights to help against the chosen, and the aspirants came in from the flank.
Okay.
So yeah, just trying to smash them.
Okay.
There we got that.
Are you lined up on that unit of warriors in the woods?
I am not.
Okay. Just a chimera.
Well, I'm lined up. Both of them are hit. The blue unit is lined up on the one in the woods, but the chimera is farther forward, so I'm going to hit it before I would hit the one in the woods.
Okay.
Because you have to go straight forward.
Yeah, I'm just asking what the angle is.
Yeah, it's fine. No. So anyway, we're moving forward. We've got, like I said, we've got both.
You really need to get those tails sorted out.
4, 5. Yeah, I do. I fixed them once, and then I've still got them. It came up with more problems. Anyway.
You have English knights with their bob tails.
Yes, that's what it is. So I've got six units and 2 combats. 3 units in each combat.
Okay.
Actually 4 if you count another one if you count this character by himself. So yeah. Anyway, so we've got a lot of Dane stuff going on. He issued a challenge with the Portent Lord, and I accepted with the unit champ out of this unit.
Okay.
Which he did because, anyway. The Grail Knights were going to pour all their attacks into him.
Right.
And rather than face that, he challenged so he could try to punk somebody, get a lot of overkill and whatever.
Right.
But turns out it didn't work out for him. He killed my champion, and that got max overkill on him.
Yeah.
But the other unit, we just put so much damage onto the unit.
Right.
We punished it and went through.
And chased him down, looks like.
And chased him down, killed him, and the 2 units of Grail Knights pursued. And the unit of Knights of the Realm just stayed and reformed.
Okay.
And if you notice where I hit both of them are going to line up to hit the Chimera.
Right.
But because it's a charge, it becomes a charge. You can hit them anywhere you want.
Yep.
I hit this unit over here to the far left as I could to chaff this unit.
Right.
Because there's another. It's not just these 5. There's another.
Yeah, there's a guy tagging off.
There's another file here.
So if he charges, he's charging in the rear and facing the wrong way.
Yeah, it can't pass this unit into the blue.
Right, understood.
Because by the wheel it passed, it can come all the way out here and try to hit the green, but that's a long charge.
Yep.
Or he can go smash these guys and overrun here, but that leaves him flank exposed to the world.
Right.
So, anyway. So we did that. And then over here on the other side, there you go.
Much clearer.
Much clearer. Yeah, there you go. Wasn't sure I had that.
Yeah.
And then the other guys killed the Chosen over here.
Okay.
You can see they killed the Chosen. Both these units reformed. Both these overran.
Okay.
He had 1 left. He broke.
How'd you overrun?
And these 2 overran and forced him this way because this guy's trying to get to cover, being the last remaining guy and being the champion hero from last game.
Right. Oh, there we go.
He's still alive and heading for the back. So we got that going for us.
So you blitz those guys. Those guys now turn the face that way. Okay.
Correct. And these guys turn the face so they can see this
big
unit and they can see this unit back here.
Okay.
So there's a better picture. My archers, to add insult to injury, punk another knight out.
There you go.
This is just terrible when that happens.
Just when you were thinking of dropping them, right?
I mean, I've gotten, and it's bad because, I've gotten, I think at this point, 4 hits, 4 wounds, and he's failed 2 saves.
Yeah.
Which is, anyway, it's what it is. You can't do anything about it. Just bad luck happens.
Well, especially since they're so easy to wound on top of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. 4's to hit, 5's to wound, and he's
Yeah.
got a 2-up save, and
Yeah.
failed 2 out of 4 of them.
Yep.
Anyway, so
Don't until you roll the dice.
we've got that. So moving into his turn. His turn, it's kind of hard to see, but his character bailed out and moved back here to the back of the woods with
Okay.
his war dice. His unit formed up
And came forward.
and moved forward a bit because he did, like I said, he didn't want to leave it exposed back here, and he figures he comes forward, this unit hits. Any chance if I get stuck on him, he's got this stuff back here and to hit me in the flanks. So that was his bet there. Of course, he can't do anything about the Chimera. Chimera loses the combat. Did manage to kill 2 Grail Knights, but lost the combat. I elected not to pursue him because, I figured he was going to run close to the edge, but this gives me the opportunity to hit this guy back here as well.
Right.
So I managed to make my roll and stayed where I was. And that's what it looks like going into my turn.
Okay.
So going into my turn, and we do it. We charge the fleeing Chimera. The General and BSB are right here, so I got a rerollable 9 and redirect into this guy.
Okay.
And then I'm like, well, they need help. So the General charges forward, wheels,
Funky things happen with the rolls.
and goes into there. Not the unit. I left the unit out because I wanted the unit to be able to escape this nightmare if this went badly.
Okay.
If I failed this charge, it's only a 16, so it's an 8, which is
What killed the 3 knights over here, the green ones? I didn't see that.
magic.
Okay.
He magicked them off the board,
All right.
which he did. I think it was the molten copper because I've been stopping Quicksilver Lash because the Quicksilver Lash, I get no armor and only a
Okay, you magic them off. We just
anyway.
missed that. That's all.
yeah.
Okay.
And the molten copper, you get a 6-up armor and a 5-up ward,
Yeah.
as opposed to a no armor and.
So I'm sorry, you
6-up
didn't
ward.
do the unit because you thought you might roll badly and have your flank exposed?
Correct. I thought I would get stuck, I'd fail and get
Yeah.
stuck out here, and I'm in big trouble.
Okay.
If the character alone is out there, I can do stuff to try to protect him.
Now, just to explain this, because it's not going to be obvious, I think, to some people, why you're allowed to do this.
Well, I'm allowed to do what? To make this
charge.
charge?
Right.
Well, I can
you
wheel.
could have actually made it with the units.
The unit could make it as well.
Yeah.
A unit during a charge can wheel 1 time up to 90 degrees.
So the first thing is you've got unit size, because they're just standard. You can see over them.
Correct. I'm tall. He's not.
Right, and the other guy
I think
is
this
at
guy's
least tall, if not large.
Yeah, I think he's large.
So you have line of sight to him, even though
Correct.
you don't have a straight line of movement.
Right.
So that's the first point.
And the second part is you measure from closest point to closest point, no matter what you do. So, I mean, he could be like back here, and my charge could take me around this, over here, whatever. As long as you can make one turn up to 90 degrees.
And get into contact.
And come into contact.
Yeah,
So, again, it's a rule that's there for simplification.
Yeah.
Rather than making you measure this path that you're going. I'm not completely sold on it.
Oh, I mean, it's the rules as
It's a
they are.
simplification.
It's
Correct.
one of those things that it doesn't come up very often, but people don't see it.
Correct.
You can trap people with it, particularly if you have a taller army.
And of course, back here, the Grail Knights have declared that charge. They need a 6 to get in. It's not bad at all.
Okay, so we have a general, we have the Grail Knights, all right.
So General and Grail Knights are going. No one else is charging on this turn.
Right.
Because, I'm just concentrating on... These 2 units are still really tough.
Yep, busy chaffing.
This one's
You'll be
not so
chaffing those
much.
in a minute, I'm assuming.
Right. So we got that. So this is, and they both make it. One of the Grail Knights keels over in the woods.
Okay.
And of course, again, with my BSB still around, March tests are not as big of a deal because they're rerollable, and we move out of arc of everything again.
Okay.
So I'm being able to, and this, sorry, we skipped a turn at this point, but just to, I'm being able to avoid him.
Yeah.
And get out of his arcs and just waste his charges, his arcs, and deal with 1 unit at a time, which is
Yeah. I should
so
you'd
far really
sacrifice
good.
the green guys, but okay.
And I didn't have to sacrifice
Yeah.
the green guys as it was. So, because we've already done this, this is a picture that was taken while he's already started his movement, because he's already moved this unit forward.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we smashed this guy here, which is a spellcaster.
Mm-hmm.
The general overran. Since we're playing flags, and I still don't know if I'm going to get these 3 units.
Right.
I don't want to take a chance on him dying in the woods, so I did not overrun with him.
Why'd you overrun with the general?
Because I wanted to run him down and kill him.
Oh, so,
I didn't kill him.
You didn't kill
we
him.
won.
You chased him down.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to. Yeah. Anyway.
Understood. Okay.
Anyway, so we have that. Meanwhile, the mage is back here in the corner, regrowing aspirant knights back here.
Because you took the chance that you're going to win that combat.
Which one? Oh, the one over here?
Yeah, with the mage.
Yeah, correct. With the mage.
Wasn't that his mage?
Oh, with his mage, correct. Yeah. Yeah, because his mage, he's got the war dice or whatever it was he was riding.
Right.
Has 2d6 plus 2, strength 4, AP 0.
Yeah.
And I've got a 2-up rerollable on the general.
Sure.
So,
and depending on how he equipped his mage, but yeah.
And his mage was not built fighty.
Right.
So, anyway, so then it goes back to his turn, and that's what he's looking at. This is where his movement was from his turn. And
now we're in your turn again, looks like.
And then my turn again, I dash past him again. You can see I've split past him with everything here. And the Grail Knight came back out of the woods, and the mage regrew one.
No, he's missing a unit, isn't he?
Oh yeah, sorry. We charged forward.
Yes.
Yeah, let's back up because you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
There's more going on here than that.
There is.
Yeah.
So this is where he came to on his turn.
Right.
Because I've already killed this and overran. Yeah. He came forward here, and here. Not really aggressively with this unit because despite the brigands are down here on the bottom.
Yeah.
And he actually did not want to get charged in the flank by him.
Oh.
Because I have a charge and a flank, and he's got 2 attacks and a horse.
Yeah.
So there's a decent chance that he kills 2, and it's a push, and they get pinned here.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to take that chance.
He doesn't have a standard in there.
So he left my front. He left his front to me, so he didn't advance as far as he could have with this unit.
Okay.
Which is just as fine, because had they moved further forward,
the white guys would
this unit is back here would have charged. Yeah. You don't have to get racial about this, but this unit back here would have charged. So anyway, so as it is on my turn, the most everything else is out of arc.
I'm not the one segregating my knights in the units colors.
Exactly. So the unit of red knights, the questing knights here with the banner speed charge into the front of this unit.
Okay.
And this the Duke here goes in with them.
Okay.
Again, the only risk here is if I get hung up on them, but then all I have to do is reform.
So he can't see you.
Yeah, reform wider, which pushes out of arc.
And if you get hung up, it's probably because you lost a few guys.
Correct. If I lost, as long as I lose 2, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Correct. So anyway, so it's not a big risk, and then everything backed up. So we smashed into them, broke through, and overran.
Okay.
Like I said, the Grail Knight here came out of the woods and got regrown. He got a partner back. My general swung around this way.
Okay.
To get back into the fight.
Yep.
The mage, of course, came over here so she can do this raising nonsense. Blue unit turns around. So now everything's kind of facing towards the center except for the red knights.
Right.
And the white knights are back there on the right, waiting as well. And because it's going that way, the 10 archers light them up again, and this time kill 2. It's just so bad. So now I've managed to kill 4 of these guys with it. So I've wounded like 9, and he's failed 4. It's just terrible. His dice are just bad on these guys. I mean, you should get 1s every once in a while, but I've killed 4 out of 6 at this point.
Gladly.
Anyway, so again, you see a couple skips have happened. The white knights this turn charged into the front of the remaining 2, smashed them, and then about faced.
Okay.
Everybody else just came around to get in position.
Okay.
And the sacrificial aspirants come forward and just sit in front of them. My idea here is he comes smash me. If he doesn't kill me all, he's got to make a restraint not to pursue me.
Mm-hmm.
If he, or, whatever.
If he does, he probably not going to go that far.
Right. And these guys over here are dead, of course.
Okay.
So, and you know, my entire army is facing him.
Yeah, yeah.
So he does charge me, and I fled. And he came forward, caught me, and then made his re-roll to turn around.
Huh.
So he's facing forward. I probably would have been better off to not do this, to stand and just fight him and let him overrun. That way Casey cannot turn around.
Right, right.
But as it was, he got to turn around and face me, and we kind of called it there.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah. There you go.
What are those guys armed with again?
These guys?
The infantry. You seem to be a little afraid of them.
These?
Yeah.
These are tough. They've got the 2-up. They've got the 2-up armor and spike shields. They're chosen. Right. I'm not sure what they had. Great weapons or halberds?
Yeah,
must have been great weapons. Must have been halberds. No. Anyway, they had 2-up armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it was halberds. Anyway, so yeah, they're sitting there, and the Doom Lord's in there too.
Oh, okay.
And they're stubborn because of the Doom Lord, unless I can kill him.
I didn't realize the Doom Lord was in there. So, okay. That answers the question.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so we, like I said, this is where it was. That's where he turned around after this was over. I can send the world in after him, and I think I did just to play it out because I wanted to see it, but we had already called at that point. So I don't think I'd lost anything. Yeah. I'd lost a unit of. I think I'd lost a unit of Grails and a unit of questing. Aspirants.
Yeah.
I lost 2 units.
Okay.
At 230 each, so it was a 19 or 20 to nothing. And that's going to do it.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
So yeah, it worked out really well.
I guess you showed him what for.
Nothing to really complain about in that one.
And your champion aspirant survived again.
And my champion aspirant survived again after going into a unit of chosen.
Yeah.
So that guy is the man now. I'm going to have to keep track of him from now on.
There you go.
All right. That's going to do it. Thanks for listening.
Until next time. How do you like it?